Hi, I'm Joe and welcome to the channel. Before I break down this arrangement of Silent Night, I just wanted to share that it is a very simple but effective song. And you know that saying, right? 3 chords and the truth? That really applies to this song. Some of the best songs ever written are the simplest songs. We're going to be looking at this song in the key of B flat. However, I'm going to be using a capo, so all the chord shapes that you'll see, you can apply them in any position because we're going to be basically using open chord shapes. Even though it's 3 chords, basically a 1, a 5, and a 1-4 chord progression, I'm going to show you a simple chord substitution that you can throw in for an effect to actually elevate the song's emotional level in a certain part of the verse. Now, I would just use this judiciously, like I wouldn't use it all the time when you play through it, but at the very end it might just really add a nice lift to the music. Let's go ahead and break this song down. So as mentioned in the intro, at its core, Silent Night really only has 3 chords. We're going to be using the G chord shape, the D7 chord shape, and the C chord shape. So you're probably familiar with these shapes down here, but since I have a capo on, that means I'm playing in a different key, but I'm using the same shapes. In this case here, this will now be, instead of G, it'll be B flat. Instead of D7, this will now be F7. And instead of this being C, this will now be E flat. Again, if you don't have a capo, no big deal. You can just slide these down and play these in open position. You'll be just playing in a different key. If you do have a capo, you can try it on the 3rd fret like I'm doing, or put it in any fret that you want that really fits your vocal range if you're going to be singing this or if you're accompanying a singer. As guitarists, we always want to look at our chords as efficiently as possible to make switching in between them as smooth as possible. So if you notice here, I'm not playing the G shape this way, like the traditional way. I'm actually flipping my fingers over. I'm using my 3rd finger, 2nd finger, and my pinky on the high string. And the reason for this is, right out of the gate, the song is going to have a slash chord in it, which basically means a chord inversion. We start with the G shape, but then we're going to put our fingers to make a C shape on the top of that. So if you know your normal C shape like this, it's basically the same idea. We're just going to take this 3rd finger and leave it where it was on the B flat and lift it off. So having our fingers already in this position makes it a lot easier for us to hammer that on. And if you notice, I'm not picking up my whole hand. I'm just leaving these 2 fingers down and I'm just moving these 2 fingers from the position. And I'm just doing a very relaxed strumming pattern. Especially if you have a singer doing this song, it really just gives space for the lyrics and the melody to come through. So we're just, again, doing the... So we do that for 2 measures, and then we go to that D7 shape, which will be an F7. And then back to B, flat. And now we're just going to do our normal C shape. And what's great, again, by having our hand position this way, playing the G this way, all we have to do is move these 2 fingers down 1 set of strings and put our 1st finger down to pick up the C shape. And I'm doing something, adding a little something extra there. I'm actually hammering on underneath my 2nd finger to give it a little more spice. So let me show you that coming out of that 2nd part. Going to the C shape. So again, playing that E flat in the C shape, I'm again hammering on that note just to add a little bit of an effect, to keep the motif going, if you will, of the sound of those notes moving back and forth. Okay, and then we go basically back to the 4 chord after that. Same move. Back to the B flat with the hammer on. Back to the F7. Back to the B flat. And a B flat to the F7. So let me go ahead and play that all the way through for you so you can just hear exactly where the chord changes are. So that's the chord progression throughout the entire song. But one thing that I like to do is I like to repeat the first verse to bring the song back around. And at the end, for the last bars, instead of playing the B flat the whole time for that whole measure music, I'll add in a chord substitution. Basically, I'm borrowing from the G minor chord, which actually shares the same notes as a B flat, and I'm going to put an E in the bass. So let me come out of the like the last second half of the song, and I'll show you what I mean and how it elevates the song a little bit. So all I'm doing there is I'm basically playing my E note here with my third finger, and I'm playing my G up here with my first finger, and all the other strings are kind of open. And so coming out of that B flat just sounds really pretty, especially when you sing the melody line on top of it. So that's just a nice little chord substitution that you can do to elevate the end of the song. Well, that's it for this lesson. I hope you found some value in it. And if you did, if you would consider supporting the channel for free, I really would appreciate that. All you need to do is subscribe down below, hit the like button, and knock on the bell, and you'll be notified when the next video comes out. As always, I'm so grateful for your time, and have a great day.
Tender